got mail. Good morning, everybody. You are tuned to Computers 2K now on the Nissan Communications Network. I'm Amnon, your host for the next hour, along with Katie.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Gal is here.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. Nick is traveling, and Spence is still traveling. Yeah, I thought he should be back by now. Anyway, our number is 561 518 9773. And today's show is made possible by vMix Software and is sponsored by Tom Sinclair of Live Streaming Gear. So I tried to create a template with the right number on it, and it was getting, I forgot how to do it. So I just got the thing out, and it's hard coded in there, just like the
Yeah.
other one was. It's okay, right?
Yeah.
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 And you can do it again the next time the number changes.
I don't think we'll change the number. Well, who knows?
Never
Yeah.
say never.
Never say never. So what happened last week that
Nothing. It was a boring week.
It was Passover. We just did cleaning.
You didn't work?
We just cleaned. That's all.
Only
You-
clean, no work.
You
I should clean.
you sent something, Gal. What was it?
Oh yes.
Forgot.
So there was an active scam, online scam phishing attack done via email where it will look like a Google security alert.
Mhm.
The thing is that it was very hard to identify because it comes from Google. The mail comes from Google, and the email was signed. Google would not alert about it. So even if you are a Gmail, you're getting it in Gmail, right? It will be hard to identify that it is not coming from Gmail. Clicking on the link will take you to a Google Sites, which is basically a website hosting service. So that would be the first indication that you're not where you're supposed to be. But the website will look very, very similar to a Google website, to the Google account. And so that was a very risky one because it had too many characteristics that would otherwise just, even if you're scrutinizing it, you still might miss it. So, as usual, the usual precautions are true here. This is an email. This is a security email. If there's a link in it, like by default, do not click that link. It doesn't even matter if it's from the most reputable source. You never click a link and you never call the phone number in the email. If you have suspicion that this is real, then you access the your account or whatever through the usual measures that you access it, and not through the mail. Right? You open the URL, you you type in your credentials where you trust it, and then you check if there's any alert or anything. But that one was a scary one, and I disseminated across the people I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good information there. Absolutely.
Now, Google, remember, Google should address this. This the ability to sign the email from Google, I don't think we still know why. I don't know if they've reported back. I'll check actually while we continue the show if there's any update on that, on how come the attackers were able to uh, they were able to impersonate Google too
Oh,
well, right? So something,
they figured out a way.
yeah, they figured out a way, and that's not a good thing. So
Yeah. I mean, to tell you the truth, and I said it a few times, the sites that are most active in disseminating phishing scams, spam, that stuff are Google and Microsoft.
well,
Microsoft
they're the
out.
most used. I agree.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I mean, you would think that they would be able to stop these things before they go out. I mean, with all the checks, with the DKIMs and the DMARCs and the SPFs, and knowing, this is our customer, this is not our customer, this is our customer that doesn't use it, or this is a new customer that just signed up, then we don't let, I mean, there's so many ways to stop it. They're doing a
Yep.
good job stopping spam for their users, but not going out. And that's a shame.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah. But that's the nature of the beast. I mean, it's no fun to deal with stuff like this. You sit with, dang, now it's gonna take me 5 minutes to figure out whether this is true or not. But better safe than sorry, because you can get hit real hard with that. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean a
absolutely.
breach to, if your Gmail account is your main account, a breach to that,
Hmm.
that's a scary notion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do something to stop it. They have the means. It's just that they didn't think about this particular one. Anyway, okay. This is an interesting article here. A new report from Seagate reveals that hard drives significantly outperform solid state drives in environmental impact matrix, challenging common industry assumptions about storage sustainability. According to Seagate's decarbonizing data report released this month, standard hard drives produce just 29.7 kilograms of embodied carbon dioxide compared to a staggering 4,915 kilograms for equivalent size data center SSDs.
Sorry, Earth,
Uh,
but I'm gonna keep using solid state
Well,
drive
everybody
because it
does.
takes.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
sorry. Something sounds
Well,
really
listen here,
off.
it keeps going. On a per terabyte basis, hard drive generate less than 1 kilograms of CO2 per terabyte versus 160 kilograms for SSDs. I mean, this is
Yes,
this is
still.
this is scientific stuff. I
No,
mean,
but how are they measuring? Like
I
something.
have no idea.
And who ran
Okay,
this
so
study? Was it a hard drive company?
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
Seagate. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
of course. So
The power consumption difference is equally notable. Hard drives operate at 9.6 watts with 0.32 watts per terabyte efficiency,
yeah,
while SSD consume 20 watts with 0.5 watt per terabyte. Hard
okay.
drives
So
exhibit the least carbon footprint, both in total and on per terabyte basis, offering the most carbon efficient, sustainable storage solution. Uh, Look,
Yeah,
they are.
that,
Go
that's
ahead.
a lot of bullshit. I'm sorry.
Well,
It doesn't even matter. I don't know to what SSD they compared it,
right.
right? Uh, the reason I'm saying that is okay. So I currently work, right, for a company that what they do is they sell flash-based storage, basically. Okay, it's a complete data platform, but they they sell the software that runs on hardware that is completely
Yeah.
flash based.
Yeah.
And one of the key one of the wins that one of the way that they win a sale is one single rack in a data center
Mhm.
that contains around 600 terabytes, okay, uh, reduces the amount of storage with hard drives, right, from about 3 racks. So, like 1 rack per 3 rack of more traditional storage. Okay, more resilient. It comes with 10 years guarantee on the SSDs and all that. The key here is not only do you reduce in physical form, which means you need less AC, which means you need less power,
Right.
right? Which means so all of the stats here that Seagate are presenting, I am guessing they are so massaged, so manufactured in what they are measuring against in order to make them look better. Hard drives, while SSDs in mass they produce a lot of more heat than maybe standard hard drives. We need to remember we're talking at a much less, a much smaller physical capacity, right? And so it also means it's easier to cool. So I don't know
I
where
don't.
they're getting their numbers. They're completely off. It's like flat out lying because they do not explain how they measure.
I
You
mean,
also you have to watch out for companies that are doing these studies about stuff and see who's like funding them because of course the results are going to be biased or not as accurate. Like maybe they test for one specific thing because they know it's going to be favorable to them, but they
Exactly.
don't look at the big
Exactly.
picture.
yeah,
That's why
but
immediately when you started reading that, I was like, okay, well, who did the study?
remember one thing: Seagate is also producing SSDs, and people
Yeah,
are
but it's not their main business. That's the thing, right?
there is no main business for one of the big. I mean, Western Digital is the same way. They don't. They do both. Those companies. I mean, there's the smaller companies do just SSDs. I guess I don't know for sure, but I would think that any manufacturer that there's no factory out there to just do SSDs. I don't know that there are. There may be, but they are all in the business of hard drives, of storage, and they produce whatever the customer needs. And if there's a need out there for spinning drives, then they do the spinning drives too.
Well, they probably have a backlog of spinny drives, and so
That's
they're like, let's
yeah. I mean,
release
I was
this and
thinking
sell
the
more.
same thing. Yeah, but remember here they're talking about how the hard drives are, and I don't know if this includes the what it takes to build that hard drive, the amount of carbon that takes to produce the chips, all these things. If the like Gal says, they don't tell us how they measure it.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and I don't understand how. And these are things that can probably be found out. Hard drives operate at
Okay.
9.6 watts, and SSDs consume 20 watts. Why? I mean, a hard drive
That
spins all the time.
that part that part is, I completely don't know where they got it. So
Yeah,
I'm on their page of this,
yeah.
and they say where there was a okay. Embodied carbon refers to the quantity of GHG emissions related to the upstream extraction, production, transport, bill of materials, manufacturing, packaging, and
Okay.
distribution stage of the product life cycle. So again, right? They're talking about the production. I doubt that microchips are way off, but maybe okay. Let's say maybe there's a lot more carbon emissions during the production.
Hmm.
I'll agree to that. Uh, Packaging, uh, transportation, everything is going to cost more
Yeah, because they're
on
heavier.
spinning disks, right? So I don't know how
Yeah.
they embody that into the SSDs. And in terms of power consumption, SSDs do not consume more than spinning hard drives. So everything feels completely off.
It feels like it. Yeah. But
Yeah. Show me measurements. I don't know. So you're regurgitating data,
regurgitating.
but it feels it feels like a lie. Like if this would have been posted on April 1st, I would have accepted as a as an April's Fool thing. But this is like, come on, something's completely off. You need, when you come up with something like this, right? That feels completely off. You need to be more accurate with the data and show how this works.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next week if there's a maybe a little more explanation or rebuttal. But it was interesting to read this and say, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. HP has agreed to $4 million settlements over allegations of deceptive pricing practices on its website, including falsely inflating original prices for computers and accessories to create the illusion of steep discounts. This is coming from Ars Technica. So yeah, this thing is $1,000. We sell it today for 19. You know, it's a discount for Sunday. I mean,
I will never buy another HP printer ever again
okay, tell us.
because I bought their printer. It was really cheap, which was awesome, and the replacement ink was double the cost of the printer.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
And I know that's standard, but at the time I didn't realize it, and then I was like, "This is shady," and so
it's
I
not
switched.
that it's standard. It's what they did from day one. But yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
so
actually, they all did that. Epson did that. Lexmark did that. They would give. It's just like the old razor blades. They give you the handle thing, but they charge you good for the blades themselves.
yeah,
And
so I'm
and
like,
I mean,
I'm done.
I mean, I've never liked HP too much.
yeah,
I can tell you that the PC service back in Israel sucks as much as it does here. Um, and but they're always the cheaper option in the comparison. So I find it strange that they are hit with something like this specifically. Now, in terms of inkjet printers, Katie,
Hmm.
I gotta say I am so happy with the HP I bought, and the reason is because I do not pay a lot for the ink because I bought their subscription. Now, I mean, trust me, buying a subscription versus buying something that you own and you control when you replace should cost more in my mind. I pay a couple of bucks a month for continuous. They monitor the ink use, and they basically sent me cartridges when the ink is down, and I compared it to how much it would cost me out of pocket, right? If I had to buy the original cartridges myself, right? And it's a fraction of that.
Hmm.
So I know they sell the cartridges for such a high price, but I get the original ones, and I basically get to extend the warranty on the printer, right? By just paying $3 or $4 a month. So I'm good with that, right? Because I bought a printer, and then I do not need to worry about anything about it. So, and as far as I know, they're the only ones who are doing this ink subscription for regular consumers, right? Because if you buy from a service provider as a business, then you lease a printer anyway. Yeah. So I find it strange that they're being slapped for gauging prices, basically, when they're usually the cheaper option out there. I wonder where who they pissed off that much, right? Uh, that,
Well, I
that
mean,
this
look,
is
if they
actually
agreed
going
to
through.
a $4 million settlement, they must. Where there's smoke, there's
Yeah,
fire.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also means that if they are part of their smoke, their fire, then there are bigger fishes out there
Of course.
that are going
Yeah.
to do. Yeah, that's what I mean.
One thing that another company that has subscription is Brother for
Oh, they
toner.
do have.
For toner, I bought a used printer, 2325, a few months ago, and I took it out and put it on, and it says something about subscription. I said, "Oh shoot, I wonder if I can even use it." But it did. I mean, it even though it says the subscription this and that and the other. I mean, I got another cartridge from eBay, and it works fine. With HP, when you do it, you cannot go and get another cartridge and put it in because they
No, you
can.
can.
You can?
No, you can. Yeah. You can only get the subscription with the cartridges they send you via the subscription. The moment you take them out and you put regular cartridges, then you're out of the subscription.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
At least in this particular printer, right? I started
So
without
they
the
don't.
subscription.
So they don't stop you from going and getting aftermarket cartridges, refilled cartridges. I mean, you can still go and get it.
I've never put an aftermarket. I've never put a non-HP cartridge in this machine,
Yeah.
so I don't
Oh,
know
you
how
don't.
hard I need to find to fight
Yeah.
the system
Yeah.
if I want to use non. But like with the price that I'm paying,
Yeah.
I yeah, I'm not sure that that it's worth it for me specifically.
No, no,
Remember,
not
I'm
for
not only
this.
getting ink with that payment, I'm
Uh,
getting complete coverage on the printer.
and how much is it a month, roughly? I mean, $2, $3, nine
So it
dollars.
starts. There's a $2, and there's like tiers, right? And it's like 250 or something like that, and then four, and the change is the amount of pages you
Yeah,
print.
obviously.
Because we do not print a lot, right? I do not go over 50 pages a month.
Hmm.
That's what I did. That's what I took. I think their basic one is 10 pages a month and 50. And they also, um, you didn't use the 10 pages last month, right? I think carries
It,
over, like you can carry over 3 months worth or something like that. So like
it's
it never felt draconian in any way.
it it is definitely a deal in two ways. First of all, if you go to buy a cartridge, and remember you have to buy two cartridges.
Or
Actually, four. That's right.
yeah.
They're about $40 each for the HP.
Right. A complete set costs, you can get close to $100, right? It's
Right. And
substantial.
here you're
Yeah,
paying $30 a year.
exactly.
And not only
That's the
that,
idea.
not only that, if you are not printing much and the printer sits idle, you got that $100 package of cartridges and put them in. After a few months, if you don't use it on daily basis, it'll dry out. It'll dry the heads out, and it will stop printing certain colors. I mean, I went through this when I was
No, yeah, but modern printers, they make sure that the heads are. You hear the reason you hear the printer every
right.
few days is because
The,
it's like a
we
screensaver, right? It
yeah
validates that it's active.
we had printers that did that, and you hear it going chum chum, and there's still suddenly the yellow will not print or the red will not print. And yes, if you know what you're doing, you can take it, put it on a wet paper towel, let it soak, and it'll start working. But yeah, for $30 a year, absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's
but even better than that, get a laser.
well, then the printer really costs, right?
Yeah, it's
That's the thing.
right.
Yeah,
I
It
mean,
all depends on what you're printing and why.
right.
If
of
you're
course.
printing art stuff, inkjet. If you're printing documents, laser.
Yeah, or you can even get a color laser, but they're
An
even more.
inkjet, an inkjet color printer is better for art
Okay.
because the colors come out more vibrant. But
And
again, that's for art.
then
So a
Katie
lot of
knows that
people,
stuff. Yeah.
a lot of people aren't doing art, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Also, I learned recently because I've been looking into getting a printer, specifically to do art prints, and a lot of it is recommended Espin. Is that how you say it? Espin, Espon, ESPON.
Epson.
Epson, yeah, Epson 8000 plus or whatever, like because they all have numbers, and those are highly recommended. And what's interesting is I've gone down a rabbit hole of paper types where you and the settings on the printer. So that plays a big deal in like how the ink is absorbed into the
Mm-hmm.
paper, like at what rate or whatever, and it will when the printing is done, it would change the quality of like how much time the ink has to like absorb into the paper and all these little things that I'm just like, this is way too complicated. So I haven't bought one because one, they're really expensive. Like if you want a good one, like with 3D printers, like if you want one that is high quality, you spend $500+. Um, and so I'm just doing research. Also, too, my local Sam's, I saw that they have Epson ink for sale, which is attractive for me because I can buy bulk and get a discount with the bulk. But
What
I
do you
know I
mean
haven't
by the ink?
buy ink refills.
Yeah, but then you have to refill the cartridges.
Yeah, well, maybe it's cartridges. I don't know what it is. Actually, Epson does it a little different depending on the printer because I've seen videos of people on YouTube where they buy gallons of ink and then they pour the ink
Okay, yeah.
into the cartridge.
Yeah.
So it depends on the printer. But all of the art communities that where they start manufacturing their art stuff in their homes, a lot of them recommend the Epson uh Espin. I don't know.
Epson.
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 Yeah.
EPSON. Epson.
Epson, I think Epson are the only printer manufacturer that creates the um, ink reservoir printers
Oh no,
instead
no,
of
no, no,
cartridges.
no.
No.
Brother does that too.
Okay.
A lot of the, I mean, well, let's put it this way. Some of the Brother and the Canon cartridges that you buy, so-called cartridges, they're not really a cartridge. They're not a printing thing. They're just reservoir,
Right.
and they go with a tube to the head.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
the bigger printers. I was watching YouTube videos of people that run their own art studio,
yeah,
and they had the bigger printers, and it was interesting because she opened up a box and it was like, I don't know, a half gallon of liquid, and she's like, "This is $1,000 worth of ink." She's like, "Don't spill it."
yeah.
I was like, "Oh lord."
Yeah, I remember a comparison of different liquids and their price.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is still the case, but at a certain point, printer ink was the most expensive liquid on the planet, more than perfume. I remember there was like this graph. I think it's Time Magazine. They did it, and like there were perfumes, there were different types of metals and liquid metals, and there was oil, and there was and like inkjet
Yeah.
liquid was way, way, way more than all of that. So
I think technically, because I know exactly what you're talking about. Technically, the most expensive liquid I think is an anti-venom because the venom. I remember watching. I went down a rabbit hole of videos, and one of the things was talking about. You would think that this is the most expensive thing, but actually, it's this cobra venom viper, whatever, and the anti-venom for it is more expensive. It's like it was like
interesting.
something ridiculous, like unfathomable amount of money that you had to pay to get the anti-venom. And basically most people that got bit by the snake, they were like, "I'm done. I can't afford this."
No?
But for consumer products, I bet you ink
Yeah.
is the most expensive.
All right. Um, who's using Outlook?
No.
Outlook.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Microsoft has acknowledged that classic Outlook, not the prescription one, can mysteriously transform into a system resource hog, causing CPU usage spikes between 30 and 50% and significantly increasing power consumption on both Windows 10 and 11 systems.
This is funny. Okay.
Users first reported the issue in November 24, but Microsoft only confirmed the problem last week, offering
Oh,
little
24, that's
resolution.
all?
Huh?
24? I
Well,
thought
oh yeah,
2006.
I know. It was always, yeah. The company's sole workaround involves forcing a switch to a semi annual channel update through registry edits, an approach many enterprise environments will likely avoid. Microsoft hasn't announced a definitive end date for Classic Outlook. They're going to do away with it.
Yeah,
But the company continues pushing users toward its new Outlook client despite its incomplete feature set.
right.
Outlook was always a can full of worms. I mean, things that you wouldn't even think could happen because of the program. I mean, people that's why I used it for a while and then I stopped and I said, forget about it. It's not worth
Okay.
it.
Look, Outlook, uh, I think even the new Outlook, right? Outlook is a phenomenal piece of software.
Oh yeah.
As the moment you are completely immersed in the ecosystem, Outlook is definitely a, the probably the most important component of your workflow, and it has defined our expectations from software that manage email, right, along a complete ecosystem of tools associated with it. The reason that we have not only Google Mail but Google Calendar and contacts
Mhm.
and right attached to all of that is because everybody's basically mimicking Outlook.
Right.
So uh, they've definitely set the standard. But yes, the software was always riddled with problems. Something to do with the architecture of how all of the pieces communicated with each other. Now, the new Outlook, which was introduced, I think it's now 4 years since they did that. It's when Microsoft tried shifting everybody to their subscription model.
Hmm.
You do not need to subscribe to Office 365 to use the new Outlook, but
Right.
what they did is they basically started writing Outlook as a web application, and then the new Outlook is basically the desktop version of Outlook that works exactly the same as the web version. So there is that feature parity, uh, things that in the design of the web application, Microsoft Microsoft will probably never implement all of the features that were in the classic Outlook to that. So, but yeah, the fact that something was reported in 2024 about performance, it more feels like the acknowledgement of Microsoft here is, hey, there's an easier choice. Just
Yeah.
switch to the new one. It'll be easier.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter how they present it. The fact that they are acknowledging it is another nudge of users. Come on, people, move to the new one. We want to get rid of this.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
funny. Yeah.
All right. Android.
What's that?
A silent update rolling out to virtually all Android devices will make your phone more secure. And all you have to do is not touch it for a few days. The
Yeah,
new
more
feature,
secure, as in nobody will be able to use it,
well,
not even you.
the new feature implements auto restart of a locked device, which will keep your personal data more secure. It's coming as part of a Google Play services update, though, so there's nothing you can do to speed along the process. So apparently, if you don't touch your phone, if it's sitting somewhere, it will just restart after a few
Well,
days.
I said it as a joke, but this is exactly what it means. So when you have a locked device,
Yeah.
meaning that you've set up encryption, and so after a reboot, unless you put in your pin or your password that you've set for
Hmm.
the device can't complete the boot. So it means it'll stand in idle waiting for you to
To do
enter
something. Yeah.
credentials. So it's completely offline basically.
Yeah, that's right. It is. It's
So
completely.
so it's more secure because even you can't use it at that point until you put in the password. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Um, John in the chat is saying that scorpion venom is widely considered the most expensive liquid on earth,
There you go. It was some kind of dangerous animal.
costing upward of $39 million per gallon. Phew.
Yup. So don't get stung by a scorpion. Easy.
Yeah. No. This is scorpion venom.
Yeah.
Not, I guess, yeah, they make the anti
Yeah,
venom
but
from it.
they're
Yeah.
using
Yeah.
they're creating antivenom from
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's something for everybody that likes free stuff.
Free stuff.
Digiatry. Digiarty. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's like me and Epson.
Digiarty. Digiarty is currently running an Easter giveaway for its excellent Winxvideo AI software, where you can get a lifetime license for Winxvideo AI version 3.0 for free. The offer expires on April 25th. Winxvideo AI is a comprehensive toolkit for working with video. Enhance old, low quality, noisy, or blurry video or image, upscale to 4K, stabilize shaky video, boost frame rate to 120 to 40 frames per second, full featured video converter, and compress, record, and edit 4K, 8K, HDR video. To go there, I mean, I can type it in the chat. I'll probably will, but you can just go to winxvideo.com and find it. It's right there. All you have to do,
they have a free offering and a subscription model.
yeah. But now
Don't see.
I don't know. This is, they said, Easter giveaway that will expire on 25th April. You get a lifetime license.
Oh, then it's not on the website. I'm on
Yes,
their
it is.
website and
No.
I can't find. No, I can't find the lifetime.
Okay,
That's what I mean.
winxvideo.com/giveaway/software-deals.easter.htm.
Okay.
So Winx DVD. I'm sorry, Winx DVD. .com/giveaway/software-deals.
Okay, giveaway is enough, and then
Okay.
it'll take you from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is enter an email address and then click the get giveaway version button.
Interesting.
It will initiate the download of the setup file, a download link, and all licensing details, including license code. But you need to make sure that you activate the software within 15 days. In conjunction with its partner, this promotion also includes 12 additional giveaways, like IRT image matting, Wisecare 365, Done Max disk clone, any viewer, and some others. You'll see it at the bottom of the page. This comes from Dave's Computer Tips. Got to give him credit for. But I got the thing. I want to get the disk clone to see how well it works. But Katie, for your AI and imaging and video stuff, hey, you may be able to play with it too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff, After Effects can do it already, so it's not really relevant for me.
Okay.
But you don't want to, if for a free for something free, it's pretty nice.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, I saw this and I said, yeah, we need to talk about it. It's almost over. But a communication error between GoDaddy Registry and Mark Monitor took Zoom services offline for almost 2 hours last Wednesday, when GoDaddy mistakenly blocked the zoom.us domain. The outage
What?
affected. Huh? Yeah.
I said, what?
GoDaddy's block prevented top-level domain name servers from maintaining proper DNS records for Zoom.us. This created a classic domain resolution failure. When users attempted to connect to any Zoom.us address, their requests couldn't be routed to Zoom servers because the domain effectively disappeared from the internet. from the
Yeah, it
internet
was like
addressing
4 or
system.
5 hours without Zoom.
2 hours, they say.
Well,
Yeah, how
2
can you
hours
live?
until they identified it. I can tell you that we had like 4 hours without Zoom.
Was that good in a way?
No, I mean, you can't. No, it was hell because you want to work with a customer, right? And suddenly you can't. So
Mm. Well, and Google is offering all U.S. college students a free year of its Gemini advanced AI tools through its Google One AI premium plan as part of a push to expand Gemini's users user base and compete with ChatGPT. It includes access to the company's Pro models, VO2 video generation, Notebook LM, Gemini Live, and 2 terabytes of drive storage. I wonder how much it costs after the 1 year. I hope it's not the $200 a month.
I
look,
thought I
it
thought it
first
was
needs to
free.
be good.
What?
I thought the Google stuff was free. Like when it first came out, it was like anybody can download it because it was open source or something. Or am I misremembering?
I don't know.
Because they wanted more people to mess around with it. I don't know. Maybe that was like the first version.
And talk
I think
about
there's a lot free, but they're talking about giving like more premium option.
tools. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
An AI support bot for the code editor Cursor invented a non existing subscription policy, triggering user cancellations and public backlash this last week. When developer Broken Toaster Oven complained about being logged out when switching between devices, the company's AI agent, Sam, falsely claimed this was intentional. Cursor is designed to work with one device per subscription as a core security feature. Users took the fabricated policy as official, with several announcing subscription cancellation on Reddit. One guy say, I literally just canceled my sub, adding that their workplace was purging it completely. Cursor representatives scrambled to correct the misinformation. Hey, we have no such policy. You're, of course, free to use Cursor on multiple machines. Co founder Michael Truell later apologized, explaining that a back end security change had unintentionally created login problems. But the bot,
What's the name of the CEO?
the what?
The name of the head of the company?
Cursor.
No, no, no.
Oh,
That's
the
the
head,
name of the company.
Michael Truell.
So he's a
Truell.
troll.
Troll, okay.
You know, watch what happened actually is that they updated the backend with this information and the AI had access to it and leaked it essentially. And then AI was like, "Yeah, of course we have subscription based now or whatever." It says so in this new document that was uploaded last night that says, "Do not tell anybody."
Yeah, I can see the source code.
Yeah.
And if you're a flyer, American Airlines announced last week that it will add free in flight Wi Fi starting in 2026. However, Axios notes you will need to be an Advantage member to access it. So if you're an Advantage member with American Airlines, anybody that flies a lot probably is anyway, free Wi Fi.
Most airlines do that. Like Southwest does it if you're a preferred flyer, whatever.
Nice.
I think Delta does it. Yeah, so they're a little slow on the uptake if Southwest got it before they did.
Oh,
Well, what they give for free. Oh, free Wi-Fi. They didn't say free internet,
So what do you
right?
think?
So what 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 most what most airlines do, as Katie said, they give you free Wi-Fi. That means you're connecting to the internal system of the entertainment that the
Right.
plane provides, including buying from duty free and stuff like that. That's for free. I don't remember if I think Delta uh, had a deal with T-Mobile where if you enter your T-Mobile number and it's in the database, then you get free communications over Wi-Fi. So your WhatsApp, your Snapchat, your Facebook Messenger, uh, that will keep on working during the flight for free. But if you want something more, uh, then then you need to pay whatever they're charging for the flight, either per hour or for the entire flight. So I'm guessing what American Airlines are introducing is something like that. I doubt they'll give completely free access, but I mean, it's good that they're doing it. So
I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, if what you're saying is true, then that's misleading because today, anywhere you go, when you ask, do you guys have Wi Fi? You don't talk about internal stuff. You're talking about internet.
that's true, but you're still talking about a
Yeah.
plane in the sky.
Yeah.
So they can claim whatever they want.
Whatever they want. Yeah.
So I fly a lot with Southwest, and they have what I don't know, maybe they call it in-flight entertainment, and that's what Gal was saying, where like for free, like you can have access to their TV channels and their movies and their content on the
On
plane
your device.
on your device. Yeah, you download the app and
But
it
no,
connects.
but no internet.
But it does have internet. So the internet though you have to pay unless you're a premium member.
Okay.
Now, I know my dad's a premium member because he's texted me on flights, but I don't know if that means that he's texting because he has access to the internet and like the communication thing is included, or if it's just the communication. But he has said that he has access to the internet. So if you're a preferred member or you pay extra for the membership or whatever, my understanding is you get access to the internet, but I don't know. I haven't confirmed it. I'm just making assumptions.
Interesting. I thought when they're saying Wi Fi, that's what it stands for.
Usually it says like in-flight Wi-Fi. I don't know. I when I read it, I didn't think, oh, all of Wi-Fi. Like whatever terms they were using, it
Yeah,
made sense.
they're talking about in flight Wi Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah. They finally installed Wi-Fi.
Somebody went, they said one of the stops and bought a TP-Link router and stuck it
Yeah.
in there, and now there's Wi-Fi. I mean, where does it go? We don't know, but I mean, we have Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. All right, and like you need to worry about that. Something else. Car rental giant Hertz has begun notifying its customers of a data breach that included their personal information and driver's licenses. The rental company, which also owns the Dollar and Thrifty brands, said in notice to its own website that the breach relates to a cyber attack on one of its vendors between October 24 and December 24. The stolen data varies by region, but largely includes Hertz customer names, date of birth, contact information, driver's licenses, payment card information, and workers' compensation claims. Hertz said a smaller number of customers had their social security numbers taken in the breach, along with other government issued identification numbers.
The
So,
workers' compensation part, I
uh,
think, is the most
weird.
hurtful for them.
I mean, that's for their, I mean, their workers, not for their customers. If you're a customer,
Well,
why do you give uh, workman's compensation?
no,
Work.
no, 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 no. What I mean is, what might hurt him the most,
Oh,
right, is the fact that how much their employees are getting paid is going to be public, like
that's true.
completely comparable out in the right. We're talking uh, about capitalistic corporation, right, where divide and conquer is the way they do business, and yeah, workers comp is going to probably that is what we're going to see in the open soon, and it's going to hurt them.
Yeah. I guess we'll see soon.
Yep.
Yep. All right. I see John put the link in the chat. Thank you, John. The reason why I wanted to read it is because when you read it, it stays there. The chat, after we finish the show, is gone. But that's fine. Anything else, guys?
Actually, yeah, I just thought of something.
Okay.
I'm gonna gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Sorry. So I reached out to a local packaging company, and I'm gonna see about getting custom packaging for my top product, and mostly inside inserts. Right now I wrap my product in like bubble wrap and some like hard construction paper, but it's kind of laborious, and I have to go to multiple stores to get the materials, and so I'm looking into making it more efficient and standardized so that I could take an afternoon and like package 100 orders or whatever, and not have to worry about other stuff. But then with that stronger protection and custom packaging inside, I'm hoping that maybe I could send my stuff to a fulfillment center like Amazon or TikTok has a fulfillment center. And then they can distribute my product, and I have access to the Amazon uh network.
You're not going to make
No.
much money.
Well, no, I don't.
Not from Amazon, because Amazon is going to take a bunch of money from you.
That's true. But I also want to expand my business.
Yeah.
So
No, it's fine.
it's a toss up. But yeah, so that's my next plan as I go on Monday. Or well, not really going anywhere, but I'm gonna drop off some samples and see what next steps in my business.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Absolutely. She's growing the business.
I'm doing the things.
Yep. Good luck with it.
Thanks.
Anything else? It's that time of day. Going once, going
Nope.
twice.
My cat is being frisky.
Oh, look at him.
He wants to sit in my lap, but then he also
Oh.
wants me to give attention.
Of course.
He's like, "Be done with the show."
Does he have something to say about computers? guess
No,
not.
just that I spend too much time on them.
All right, guys. So in that case, let's finish. Thanks, Katie. Thanks, Gal. Nick, if you're listening, I hope you're having a good trip wherever you are. And good morning, Kathy, Hannah, Nabil, Mac, Norm, Dana, Dina, Mati, Eleanor, Sarid, Yaakov, and Yael. Thanks, everybody, for tuning to Computers 2K Now. We hope you enjoyed and maybe learned something from our time together. Remember to practice safe computing. Back up your hard drive and update your virus scanner. And also remember to change any same password wherever you use them. We'll be back here next Sunday at 9, but you can always reach us at computers2know.com. Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 a.m., Nick hosts the Carolina Journal News Hour on WBT in Charlotte, 1110 a.m. and 99.3 FM, and it's also on YouTube. And from 7 till 8, Nick hosts the Nick Craig Show. You need to go get information from nickcraig.com about where to watch it or download. And Nick and Brian host the Infection Podcast on Twitch every week. So just go to infectionpodcast.com again to get the information when is the live show, or if you want, just download and watch on your own. Have a great week. What is Easter? Katie? Oh, sorry. What?
So what? What is Easter? Easter's today, right?
Oh,
Uh,
well, happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah.
That's right. It is today.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it is today.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not very
Okay.
religious, but I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
today.
Friday was Good Friday. We are now at Easter Sunday.
All right. We'll see everybody next week.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by StreamingGear.com and DeltaForce.net.